So we've just heard about the proposed government settlement regarding local council finances, and my reaction is frustration, disappointment and anger. As expected, the proposed settlement is based on us charging the maximum council tax, so a lot of the headline money that was announced is actually coming from our residents. Yes, the government has announced more money, but sadly, it is nowhere near enough. It doesn't take into account the rising costs and increased need for social care services. It doesn't take into account the millions of pounds worth of cuts we have been forced to make over the last decade. It doesn't take into account the extra support we need to provide due to the cost of living crisis. It doesn't take into account the fact that councils of all political colours up and down the country are struggling to balance their books this year. Since 2010, we have had to plug budget gaps totalling £288 million, and our funding has fallen by 60% in real terms. We can't keep going on like this year after year. For us in Trafford, we have a £20 million shortfall this year. We have found £13.6 million worth of savings, but the cuts upon cuts upon cuts to our funding are really now beginning to take their toll. I have written to the Secretary of State outlining our position and asking for fairer funding for Trafford. If we got the average of similar councils, we would get an extra £11 million a year. As I said in my letter, that's a drop in the ocean for the government, but would make the world of difference to Trafford. We will also continue to work closely with other councils to lobby the government for fairer funding. We are an efficient, high-performing council, but we are one of the lowest funded councils in the country. We need fairer funding so we can continue to provide services and support to our most vulnerable residents. It's as simple as that.